Welcome, Cancer. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot getting ready to do your reading for Pluto's entrance at this very moment in Aquarius for the next 20 years. This is a general reading, so it's not going to resonate for all of you. If you're interested in a personal reading, please check out the description box below where I am featuring a half-off sale through the end of this year. I appreciate you all for being here and all the support that you do give me. It is deeply appreciated. I'm humbled. Let's get started with your overall energy, the Ace of Cups. This seems to be something of a thing for you, Cancer. This beautiful outpouring and flowing of your experience in the world, whatever that means. There feels as though there is a particular focus on health or caregiving, uh, the caregiving that you receive or the caretaking that you're giving for others who may be experiencing some kind of a health crisis of sorts. This is, however, based on a foundation of love that has pre-existed the particular challenges that you're experiencing, whether it is a health problem or it is some other sort of problem in the world. It feels like there is some kind of challenge in terms of your relationship with self or with others. It certainly can be revolving around family, but for many of you, this is the basis for a very deep and illuminating creative expression. There is a love of what you do, whether that is caring for a loved one or expressing yourself through some kind of talent, gift, craft, making, allowing energy to flow through you in a very healing and exhilarating way. In the present, we have Three of Jades. And now I feel you very much busy putting together something. This is a new effort, a new project. Perhaps this is a new enterprise that you're taking off on. You are setting up and taking the practical steps to make this expression, this enterprise, this new beginning a reality. And that can include connecting with others who can help you, who can work with you, or with whom you are working uh, on their behalf, so that you are taking a set of experiences and skills already well honed, and you are looking at a new audience, a way to expand those, grow those, and serve in new ways, new audiences. In the past, the Five of Jades is describing a way in which you have uh, been challenged in your relationships, a way in which you have been labeled, particularly, this feels like family members again, but this can be about your work, depending on the nature of your work. This can be unique to a relationship, a significant relationship, um, but you have uh, been labeled in a way or defined in a way by others that is inadequate and has been incredibly restrictive in terms of a positive or productive, a healthy interaction. Because of that, you have shunned that company, that relationship, or it feels very broken. It has been broken in the past. And in many ways, you are learning to uh, release that, accepting it as a part of the functioning of a team or partnership, perhaps a functioning that was dysfunctional, but it served a purpose that was basically rooted in the desire for love, the desire to promote the well-being of members on the team or in the family. Because this has been limited, you have released this. You no longer allow others to define you. and you are changing the results of that definition and have been. For some of you, this past extends quite a ways back in your life so that you have turned away from the way that you were defined and you have been actively defining yourself in a way that allows you to be freer, to receive more, to allow the rewards of your efforts to be a reflection of how you define yourself. In the future, we have the Empress. This is absolutely gorgeous, and it feels very focused and very clear that you're in a position now not only to uh, give, to work, to be productive, to generate abundance in a way that suits you, but you're also in a position to receive the love that you reflect into the world, to grow the sense of deep connection that you have with the goals of your efforts, with the materials you work with your craft, uh, with your effort, and with those you work with. So there is a real balance here that you're experiencing in the way that you tend to others and allow challenges to be the seat of opportunities. This is feels very much as though you are literally comfortable in the space that you have defined for yourself, where you are in many ways your personhood, your activities, your actions, your expression are generated by this deep connection you have to all things, this deep awareness you have of the abundance of the world. I'm going to pull an oracle card and hope that this reading is resonating for you. If so, Cancer, please like this video. Please share this with others if they might find it useful or productive and or entertaining. And certainly subscribe to my channel, Pacific Tarot. It is so greatly appreciated. And I've pulled the Caracal, and the key word is opportunity. Trust your intuition and follow through. Be aware of your surroundings and leap at opportunity. Such a beautiful summary of the cards that I pulled for you today. The Three of Jades in your present is clarified by the Strength card and the Six of Wands. The interesting thing about the way in which others have defined you in the past that may have felt limiting is your consistent commitment to the team, the family, the collective, however that's defined for you. You have done the right thing, even when it wasn't seen or reserved or appreciated or recognized. You have been strong. You have stayed true to what you believed were the ethical choices, and you have supported others when you felt or believed that that support was warranted, or you recognized the need that others had. Because you know, in many ways, despite appearances, and this is coming very clear for many of you, perhaps you're perceived as the weak one, the deficient one, the not as smart one, the not as strong one, whatever it is that others perceive uh, uh, as a difference, a negative difference, is actually the thing that you know has made you stronger. So, whatever that weakness is, that vulnerability has actually strengthened you. And because of your awareness of the reality of your strength, you have been the stand up one when others have not reciprocated in kind. You've done the right thing. You've offered your advisement or opinion from a place of solving problems or helping when you haven't received or that kind of attention has not been reciprocated towards you. So, this kind of sort of spiritual perseverance, doing what is the right thing, has been the accumulation of what can be seen as a kind of positive karma that you've accrued. You have never shifted the way that you give love, you give attention, you pay attention to, or you care for others or appropriate things appropriately. In the past, the Five of Jades is clarified by the Judgment card and the Hanged One. It seems as though your ability, your willingness to define yourself in distinction to the way that you were conditioned or the role you were assigned is something that was clear to you a long time ago. It's a clarity about your mission. Perhaps it's through the role that you played in a family or a relationship. Uh, a way that characterizes your uh, work ethic at a professional level, and it can have come about through an illness, a physical challenge that you experience that may have allowed others to see you as weak, and in many ways necessitated uh, the clarity of your expression, the willfulness of your self assertion, so that you had to find a way of loving yourself, respecting yourself enough to understand your vision in distinction to the vision of those around you. In many ways, it feels as though your role in this situation, this team, this relationship has been clearly a spiritual role almost that you've played, a bellwether of the needs of a much more empowered or able bodied uh, group of individuals who believe themselves to be the ones who were gifted, and that you simply were there to serve the expression of their gifts or the achievement of their goals, and were assumed not to have any of your own. This is a very specific story here, but you have allowed and utilized your position of retreat, of distance, of separation to clarify your difference in a healthy way that allowed you to continue to grow and expand and enjoy your life and the abundance of your resources in a way that has given you a lot of clarity. It doesn't mean that it's taken away the difficulty and the challenges you've experienced from intimates. The Empress in the future is clarified by the Queen of Wands and the Ten of Wands. So you've dropped the ball in terms of your understanding that your attention, your care, your gestures of love or respect uh, were not seen, were not understood, were not appreciated. I don't know that you ever sought approval, but you certainly felt an obligation to take care of others. And this is feeling very much like a family role or position you were assigned. There is a caretaker aspect to your relationship, even to the extent of being the caretaker, perhaps of parents, or if this is a professional setting, being the assistant of a supervisor or a boss who was assumed to be the authority, when in many ways you may have been the one who actually carried the real wisdom or knowledge and aptitude to implement that. There's a queen behind the throne, or the power behind the throne feeling to this particular Queen of Wands. In other words, there is a recognition on your part of your power, of your phenomenal power, in a way that is loving, harmonious. It is quite aesthetically pleasing. There's a great deal of charm, ease that you exhibit, even when you are expressing your vulnerability. Um, there's a lot of humor you bring to your tragedies, or the experiences of challenge or resistance that you've had from other members of your team or your family. But you always come across as being in charge. There is a way that your passion comes through loud and clear, and there is a way that others understand clearly what you want and your determination to achieve that. So this comes from the work that you've done, for many of you, for a very long time, if not an entire lifetime. But these are part is a part of the skills that you learned by being excluded. I'm going to finish up this reading with a chakra wisdom card, and hope that you've gained some insight here. The sacral chakra, the chakra indeed of your confidence, your self-respect, and esteem, is highlighted here. And the key words are letting go. Letting go is not giving up. Sometimes it's the first step towards success. I'm going to leave that with you, dear Cancers. And until next time, namaste.